I'm trying to think when I was 10 years old, I really liked I don't know what I liked. Toys. I like toys. Liam, do you like toys or do you like computer games?
Both.
Both. Yeah, I think regular old-fashioned toys are good for brain and hand motor skills development. Um,
Um, I
Hi,
play a lot of
teacher.
Lego every
catch up.
day.
Oh, Legos are good. Legos are good. But Liam, do you know the joke about Legos?
No.
Let me show you because you have to see an image. You have to understand an image of this. Okay.
I hate stepping on Legos.
Yes, that's it exactly. Who knew that? Was that ketchup?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that.
One time,
Uh-huh.
one time, I accidentally spilled Lego on the floor, and then I stepped on a bunch of them.
Yep. Well, stepping on Legos is just like this great internet theme of stepping on Legos.
And
Let me
there's a
see.
lot of Lego things here.
You know, you so that
It feels painful, but I honestly don't care. I just
you
keep
know,
walking and suffer.
because now they actually have this is so funny, ketchup. Now they actually have Lego walking competitions. Look at this guy. Like walk on all the Legos. Is this for good for your health, for your structure? Look at this. She's walking on Legos, the Lego challenge, you guys. This is crazy. Who would do such a thing, right? Because the old joke is you would just walk in to your family room and step on them and it would just like hurt so much. Like there's dad going to work. Oh, they took out the image. There he is walking across the well,
They're gonna scream if
yeah,
they
those are
step on Lego.
these
One,
pictures aren't
I, I
accurate.
don't, I don't understand what was going on in my brain when I was little. But I went to this place where there was a trampoline, and I literally just threw Legos on the trampoline.
What's wrong with you?
Everything's wrong with
What's
me. I don't know
wrong
what.
with you?
I don't know.
What's wrong
Sociopath.
with you guys are funny. These people, I think, these aren't really good. Yeah, there it is. It should be like painful. Ouch. It's when there are only one or two Legos, you guys. These ones are, these pictures are unbelievable, right? Right. So
I made a lot of Lego stuff in my house.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
10 or 12 or 20.
like, do you think this little girl made this or little boy? I'm not sure. I mean, that seems like too crazy of a situation, you guys. It's like when there's just one Lego.
One time I'm like that kid. One time I'm like that kid.
You just had a mess
I
of
just pour Lego on the floor and then I just
pile of Legos. Are you one of these boys, Mr. Liam? But Liam, I mean, come on. This is the father and the mother and the kid, and they put the Legos in a perfect circle. Well, who's going to step into that? It's usually when there's just like one on the carpet and you don't see it and you step on it, then you go, yo, right?
and it is perfect for pranks. One time when I wake up, I put Legos on the floor to pranks.
Hey, Liam, is that
prank
you
my
hiding
brother,
behind the
yeah.
mountain? Liam went to the mountain and he's hiding behind it. Is that you, Liam? All right. All right, you guys, excellent responses to your homework. We have about 2 minutes before everybody comes. But I was reading through them yesterday and today and the day before on Friday. I was impressed. You guys had some great ideas. What I found also, I like Danielle, you wrote personal experiences. And for a debate like that, yeah, it's perfectly okay to put personal experiences in because it really helps your debate. That would sort of be what would be called like personal experiences. Other papers would be macro issues. Macro issues are the big over oversized issues about society, macro issues. So it's okay to do both approaches. Really skillful debaters maybe start with a macro, a really wide view, and then they focus in on personal experience in your family. So Danielle, thanks for those examples. They were actually really good. But then also, thank you to An Bin because you got the macro issue nailed so correctly, and so did somebody else. Somebody else really just, you guys gave me amazing things to think about. Hey, Min, you said my family hates me. What's going on with Min? We got to talk to Min. What's going on? You said your family hates you.
Why? Your family doesn't hate you.
I
Why?
know. Why?
Yesterday I go to a restaurant and my sister written one of her, I think, story.
Yeah.
and I just look at the story to see what did her wrote, and my
Yeah.
mom think I'm humiliate her, so she start to
Oh, so you looked at the story that your sister wrote and your mom thought you were making fun of her?
yeah,
Oh
and
man. Yeah, I
she
hate
started making fun of
misunderstandings.
me, so I just sat down and cry. Yeah, it's
So
very
like
bad.
you and your sister were fighting, or you and your mom, or all three of you?
Now, but currently I and my sister just fighting each other.
Do you know this expression, Min, called flare-ups, family flare-ups? Family flare-ups is when you get into those fights. I still get into flare-ups with my sisters. Min, you know I have seven sisters, seven older sisters, and only two older brothers. So in my family, the sisters outnumber the boys 3-1, and it can get really crazy. So yeah, so I kind of understand your situation, Min.
I mean, every sibling always fight each other, so
Yeah, they do. They do. So it's only natural,
every
right?
family
Yeah.
have them.
I've even seen
I think
families of cats.
I think there's gotta be like a point where it's like just like fighting, but like you still love each other. I
Yeah.
have like two step siblings, and I do not. I've gotten to the point where I dislike them to the point where
Wow.
like I genuinely don't even want to talk to them anymore. I don't want to
Wow.
talk to them. I don't want to argue with them. I don't even want to say anything to them at all.
Kitty, do you want to hear a crazy situation? My best friend
Yeah,
from
why
college
not?
days, my best friends from college days is this really fun woman named Missy is her nickname, but her real name is Denise. And so she was single for many years. And at about age 35 or 40, she adopted a black boy in Chicago. Denise is from a white Jewish family, and she just wanted to have a child. She's a school teacher. So she adopted this cool kid named Spencer. The story there is his mother had like seven children. So she put the last three up for adoption, means any family could take them. And one family took one of the boys to Germany, and Denise stayed in Chicago with her boy. But then Denise finally got married to this really cool guy named Noah, and he has two older daughters who just finished college. They love Spencer. Spencer's like 12 years old now, and they get along really well with them. But Denise is really sensitive because Spencer is black and it's like a white family. So it makes the whole family dynamic a little bit difficult. Like we were in Japan in Kyoto together, and one of the older sisters was like playing with Noah's hair, Spencer's hair, because he has like a black African tight curly hair. I said, "Oh, that's so cute." And then Denise whispered to me, "No, she shouldn't be doing that because it makes him feel uncomfortable that she's playing with his hair because his hair is different." So there's all these sensitivity issues in growing up in a family like that.
They're Trump supporters.
No, no,
I
no.
can't talk to people like that.
Chicago people, no, they're Chicago. 80% of Chicago doesn't like Trump, which brings us to today's debate. We'll just start that in about 20 minutes, you guys, because that's really what I want to talk to you guys about. Without being overly political, we'll try to skirt around the politics of the situation. Kitty, I have to be careful because I was a teacher in Saudi Arabia for 3 months. I went there 3 years ago, and I thought it was okay to criticize Trump. And then in a place like Saudi Arabia, you find out the students have uncles who do business with the Trump resort hotels, and they get really upset about that. And in a country like Saudi Arabia, you can actually get into trouble as a teacher for discussing things like that.
My
So,
camera is wrong.
Liam, your camera is broken?
No.
It looks kind of
I just
cool.
placed a Lego on it.
Oh my gosh. I think you should start studying filmmaking if you're doing something like that, Liam. All right, you guys.
I agree.
It's now 11:33. Let me just go through the names we have. Stella, are you here? How is Stella? How are you doing, Stella? Stella, are you there?
Yeah,
How are you doing?
good.
Hey, Stella, I didn't know you were friends with Mary. She talked about going to the beach at Nha Trang with you.
Yes, that's my
Oh, that's so
friend.
cool. She's such a nice young lady. I don't call her a girl because you guys are all young ladies. It's better. I don't want to call you girls. Mary, what a cool friend to have, Stella. She has just such a charming, kind of cool personality, Mary does.
Oh, but like she is cool, but like sometimes when she's angry, she became monster.
Well, I think she's an older sister
Monster?
now.
Well,
Seriously?
like she's short. She's kind of short. She's at the same age of me, but like she's shorter than me. But
Yeah.
like, whenever she's angry, she would hit me. So I was kind of scared.
Kind of scary. Well, she has to take care of her little sister, and she told me she's not happy about that sometimes.
Yeah, because her little sister hit her.
So there we go. We're back to family problems with Kitty and Min and me and you and Mary. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a problem all around the world, right? Okay, so let's see. We have Taeyeon. Are you there with that avatar? Always love that avatar, Taeyeon, the guy. Hey, Taeyeon, can you talk to see if your microphone's okay?
Yeah.
I like that tropical beach you're on. Pretty cool. How are you today?
Very off
Oh,
topic, but
my
like
voice, so I might be
I know.
slower in talking.
Oh, okay. Do you have a sore throat, Wes?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, you can kind of hear it. Yeah. Kitty, you said that background is really popular.
oh no, speaking of the background, which is actually pretty tropical,
Yeah.
at my like dinner table, there's just like fake mural of I don't know, like a paradise
Yeah.
outside of a window. It's
Oh,
like a fake window.
yeah.
I always felt like it meant something. It was like, I don't know, it's like fake paradise. It's just
Yeah.
out there at reach, but it's not actually there. So yeah,
Oh, very
kind
nice.
of like that.
Hey, Kitty, do you know that O. Henry, that famous American writer from like 140 years
No.
ago?
No, I was born 12. I was just born in 2012.
Kitty, in another life, you might have known. O. Henry wrote these social realism stories where they contain sentimental, heavy emotional topics, but he tries to keep them in the real world with people who don't have a lot of money and stuff. So O. Henry's really well worth reading. And one of the stories he wrote, two of them are really famous. There's Gift of the Magi, and there's also another one called The Painted Flower. And I mentioned O. Henry because I almost don't want to ruin this story for you if you can read it, Kitty. A woman is really sick, and she says to her friends and family in her apartment in New York, I'm going to die when that last leaf falls off that tree in October. Then I know it's time to go. She's got tuberculosis, lung problems. She knows she's dying. And so her friends at night sneak in to the apartment across the brick wall, and they paint a fake flower on the tree. So they keep her alive by tricking her with the fake flower. And there's only one leaf left, and she never understands that it's just to fool her until I think the end. I forget how it ends. I think she does die. And then they say, we painted the flower to keep you alive. And she says, I know. It's just like, reminds me of your paradise story. All right. But I won't tell you the secret. O. Henry always has these exciting endings, you guys. All right, everybody, I want to take a look at those debate responses. Let's start with a short one for Daniela, because Daniela, you bring up something really interesting here. The strange thing about that pandemic, the COVID virus, I think a lot of people are just trying to forget how bad it was, to put the details out of their mind. That's like psychologically healthy, you guys. Did you know that? And so, it's like a natural part that human beings want to erase things from their memories. So Daniela, when I look at your writing, it makes me remember how awful those times were. But I think it's really important to remember stuff like this, right? It's really important for society to remember. So Daniela, would you like to read for everyone? All of this is your work.
Okay. Yes, citizen and everyday people in society should take more responsibility for their behavior and action. When citizen and people doesn't take responsibility, they'll not be safe. For example, there's a day when I went out to the market after COVID-19, and that time people still had to wear a mask. But then I saw a couple of people who weren't wearing any mask, and they were talking so loudly, and it made other people leave the market right away, including me. When COVID-19 happened, a lot of people got sick because of that, and some people even passed away. And that time I had to learn online, doing everything online. My dad was infected with this COVID-19 and he had to stay in a room in isolation for a week. The COVID-19 virus is very strong. If only one person got infected by it, it will spread out really quick. So I had to be super careful. Also, some people didn't follow the rule and then they got infected too. That's why I think citizens should be more responsibility for their action.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll change some of this. I didn't catch some of this. Would be more responsible for their actions. And Danielle, you could just change. Citizens are basically everyday people, so it's kind of repeating. You could just say citizens in a society. Probably enough there, Danielle, to say citizens in a society. And so this one here about people talking really loudly, that's what I remember, because if you speak loudly, the virus would be projected out of your voice and it would go into other people's noses. And they said, so you have to speak quietly. But some people thought that putting rules on like other people that way was a form of too much government control. So I want to throw that one out there because Danielle has really reminded me that some people were so resistant fighting back against government regulations because they thought the government was secretly trying to control other people. And I do not agree with that position whatsoever. Health specialists are people we should listen to. When they say by speaking loudly we're shooting viruses out, they're correct, but it's fighting against this human ability where some people in public have really loud discussions, especially in America, and you hear all these personal details about their lives when you're like in a restaurant or a store, and you think, I don't want to hear this stuff. It's really weird. Let me ask that to Kitty. You are in Canada right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think Canadians generally speak kind of loudly?
To be honest, I haven't spoke with that many Canadians yet, because the place I live in, British Columbia, it's mostly like no Vancouver. It's mostly a habit, like I don't know what I don't want to say like. Oh my God, like how do I say this without sounding racist?
No, it's all right. Cultural
Uh,
difference. You could say there's a cultural difference.
Asians.
But see, now British Columbia has a huge mix of like Southeast Asia and Chinese, though, right? So,
Kind
Hong
of, I don't
Kong,
know.
when Hong Kong was going to be part of China again, 1 million Hong Kong people moved to Vancouver, and there was racial tension because I know people from Vancouver who said the Hong Kong Chinese are putting up buildings that look just like Hong Kong, and they're destroying our oceanfront properties by building really close skyscrapers together like that. And so that started to create some tensions. Okay. Hey, Danielle, you said I live in Canada too. Danielle, what part of Canada do you live in? She sent me.
British Columbia, Vancouver.
Oh, so you're also in BC, as they call it, British Columbia.
Yeah.
Danielle, do you think like Canadians speak a little bit louder on buses and restaurants and coffee shops?
Well, sometimes people they kind of like whisper, but like some of them like they kind of talk loudly like that.
So now, Daniela, when you talked about people speaking loudly and maybe pushing the coronavirus, was that Canada or Vietnam?
Vietnam.
Okay, that was Vietnam, yeah. And it also surprises me they were outside without the mask. Japan did not have a mandatory mask mandate. Mandatory means you must wear it by law. Japan kept it optional. And even in Japan, it's a society that polices itself. It's really uptight that way. People always correct each other's behavior quietly. That's the way the Japanese do it. Even in Japan, there are these like weird people who would meet together on social media and they would decide to go on one train once a week without masks just to show the government we don't have to listen to you. And the train was packed with people during the COVID. I mean, totally irresponsible because they could become super spreaders. But these are the people who defied the laws. Have you guys heard about situations like that? Let me see. Hey, Stella.
Yeah.
you remember the COVID times, the pandemic times? Were there people who were breaking the laws on purpose?
I don't think so. I think like Vietnamese people they follow the rules because
Yeah.
we have because if we like go out without mask, if the
Yeah.
police catch
Yeah.
us, we could have a charge. I think. Yeah, that's
Hey,
how.
Min just wrote a really good comment here. He said, actual facts that save our lives versus I hate the government. Very good. You got like the thing I wanted to discuss. One of the things I wanted to discuss. If you guys check the chat, Min, that's actually a really good point. That's the dynamic right now. People saying like the government
No.
helps.
Because I'm tired. I'm tired of people spreading misinformation.
Hello,
like, oh, like,
teacher.
the government's
Oh,
gonna put microchips in your brain, and
Yes,
they're
yes.
gonna control you. Like, no, people are
Yes.
dying. People are dying outside. People are dying due
See.
to the COVID-19. How
Yes.
much more proof do you need? How much more proof do you need that the government isn't trying to like control you or is like super evil?
Yeah, see, it's very tricky. I agree with what you're saying. Absolutely. Kitty, my cousin Judy was a very religious Christian person who followed that far right crazy media conspiracy theory. She didn't get vaccinated and she died of COVID. And now, if you want to be angry, people would say, well, she should have gotten vaccinated. She was 68 years old. She made a huge mistake. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it totally sucks, but her sons were really sad and they put her on the machine for her breathing and she was getting a little better and then she crashed. And so I don't know what to think. You know, I feel sorry for her, but she made a really poor decision based on bad social media lies, right?
Some people think that milk causes autism.
Yes, milk.
Also, some people think that vaccines cause autism.
Yes, the vaccines.
How?
And this is, yeah, I mean, there was because one British researcher said there was a possible connection, and then his research was completely shown to be false. And people still believe just because of that one British researcher said that irresponsibly in a paper that he wrote, you guys. So everyone still believes in that stuff. All right. Kitty and another person wrote this fantastic response, you guys. All of your responses were good, by the way. It's just that these things came up in like these key points. When I looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
Check the chat.
Let me see who wrote this. This one is yes. Who is this? Oh my goodness, I really like this response. I'm going to put this in the shared messages, the share screen, because look at this one, you guys. This is quite amazing. This is, I love this name. This is the world's fattest juicer. Who uses that as their name, you guys? The world's fattiest juicer, TWJ. Who is that? It's a great name. Oh, that's Wes. Wes, who has a sore throat. Hey, Liam, you like to read. Wes is having problems speaking. Can you read this for him, Mr. Liam?
Okay.
Okay.
Talking responsibility means knowing that what, when do, and say he can
Affect. You see, affect other people.
affect other people and our
Surroundings.
surroundings. It's about making good choices, being
Honest.
honest, and doing what is right, even when
No one is watching. All right, that's fine. Wes, this is amazing. The reason I like this. See, wait. Right there.
I am having trouble looking at the letters because they're so small.
Oh, okay. We'll make it bigger. Wait, I have to ask Chow. You have a question? Is Chow?
Okay.
You raised your hand twice.
Now it's good.
Hello, Chow. Are you there? Chow. How are you, Chow?
But my Wi-Fi so
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah. Now, do you want to put your thing in messages? I always check the messages. All right, so you can do that. Liam, I do not hate the government, said Mr. Liam. All right, Liam, that's fine. But what the point I want to make, and Edison, you're there. Edison stretching. He says, teacher, I need you to call on me. Hey, Edison, can you read the next part here? Can you read this part?
For example, if you make a mess, we should clean it up. If we hurt someone's feelings,
Why is the sound so big?
sorry.
So
It
loud.
also means following rules, helping others, and being kind.
Nice. Edison, read this part too.
When people take responsibility, things run more smoothly, and people trust and respect each other. It helps make our homes, schools, and communities better place to live. Even small actions like sharing, keeping promises, and respecting others make a big difference. Being responsible helps us grow into good and caring people.
Yeah, Wes, this is your work, right? Wes, who's having
What?
a little. Wes, you wrote this?
No,
Oh, I thought this was the juicer, the fattest juicer. Who is the fattest juicer?
I don't know.
We have to find this mystery person because they always sign their work the world's
fattest juicer.
teacher.
Who is this?
I submit my homework yesterday, and
I saw it. Good.
I have to work on 2 hours looking in the dictionary to make it better.
And you did a great job, Edison. Nice work. All right, so what this is, what I really like about this, you guys, is that whoever the juicer person is, he writes, even when no one is watching. It's like you get to a level of self-development, you grow into becoming a better person. So you correct your own mistakes not because someone is watching you, but because you know it's the right thing to do. Okay. So this was
I also have a like thing on my debate response that is like mine is that
yes.
that have to follow the traffic laws even though there's no policeman.
Ah, yeah, Liam, sometimes I see cars and they say, oh, there's nobody coming anyway. So they go through the red
And
light.
sometimes they even drink stuff that makes driving riskier, but they know where
Alcohol, mister.
but alcohol, but they know that car that the police are not there, but what if what if the police are come there like a minute ago and then they come there and then the police saw them and then
All right, I understand. Hey, Stella, are you there?
No,
Yes,
I'm
Stella?
not. I'm not here.
Oh, yes, you are. Stella, are you okay today?
Yes, I am not okay.
Oh, not okay. Do you want to
why
lead
are
a
you not
breakout room?
okay?
I don't know. I need somebody with me.
All right, now, do you enjoy working with Kitty? Are you guys
Everybody
getting
is
along?
with you here.
Anybody.
All
It's
right,
okay.
Kitty, would you be willing to help Stella with a breakout room?
Oh, come on. Why can't I stay here?
All right, stay here with me then. I'm going to put Danielle in a breakout room with Stella because, Danielle, you also have really high quality communication skills. And this is always nice for me to see as a teacher. Now, remember, I'm not playing favorites. I'm just looking for someone who can get a breakout room going to get over the shyness that Stella has been talking about. We don't want shyness. And
Teacher,
look at
where
Liam
is the
is all
topic?
If you actually
What
saw
topic
me
are we going
in
to
real
talk
life, I'm
about?
actually more socially awkward and shy.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not actually shy.
Now Liam is not shy, so I'll keep Liam in here with us, and I'll keep Kitty in here with me. Wes isn't feeling well. I'm gonna Edison, you stay in here with me as well. You guys
No.
enjoy a good chat, and then Danielle, you and Lucy and Ken try to get everyone to communicate more in your breakout room. Okay, so you say, what are we gonna discuss? I want to discuss this idea that the juice person wrote.
Teacher,
Yes.
what is the topic today?
The topic is, should you continue to follow the rules even if no one is watching? You know, should you obey the laws? If you feel you can get away with something and nobody is watching,
Teacher,
should you do
please
it?
put a little bit of person, like only a few person in my class, in my breakout room, because I want to. I'm not like I am having a bit. It's really rainy, so like my
Ah.
mood isn't like the best. So I just want a bit of people.
All right. Okay, you guys, if you look at the chat box, should you still follow rules even if someone like your teacher or your mom
Yes.
and dad isn't watching? And so it's a big ethics problem we have
Yes.
in modern society. And of course, I know the answer, but I'll keep it secret. I want to hear you guys talk about this, okay? All right, so I'm going to make a breakout room and then I'll quickly leave Stella with 3 or 4 people because she says the rain is getting to her. It takes your energy. Stella, that's fine with me.
No.
Should I join the
please,
breakout
don't
I won't
make me
join
join-
again.
Should
Please
I
don't
Same
make
join
me
the
thing
join
happens
breakout
to me,
room?
Stella, so I can totally sympathize. Japan has these rainy days, 5 rainy days in a row in some time.
Please.
Brandon,
Please
should I
don't join.
join the
Please don't
breakout
make me
room?
join a breakout room.
Should I join the breakout room?
I'm gonna take Daniela, stay there. Chow's having problems with her thing. Ken, stay in the breakout room, and Kitty, you stay with me. Edison, Liam, Ketchup, you guys can stay with me. She doesn't want a really big breakout room. That's fine with me, you guys. So let's see what we got. Now, please don't run back from the breakout room so quickly. Like, oh, I hated that breakout room. Don't do that, you guys. All right. Liam, you're here.
Sometimes.
Ketchup's here. Edison here. That's
Sometimes I'm
fine.
like that. Sometimes
And I gotta get that Kitty back here in the room because Kitty said, Brendan, I'm not gonna go to that room. Kitty, where are you? I don't see you in my list of people in the main room.
Boo.
Oh, you are here. Zoom is so lame, Kitty. I only have pictures of Liam, Ketchup, and Edison, but you're here, Nya is here, Ketchup is here, Quan is here. So we have a good breakout room, you guys. Dot is in here.
and we have 8 people too.
That's good. That's good. It's a good number. That's whose work it was. Nya.
It's even.
Nya?
It's even. The number is even.
Yeah, I want to see Lin Nya. Are you here? Lin Nya. Lin Nya's response is the one I thought was really interesting. Oh, Lin Nya, you come back to the main session, Lin Nya. What are you doing going to that breakout room? I'm going to make Kitty, are you there?
Hi. I'm just writing a full paragraph
Yeah.
in the chat. It's nothing
Cool.
political, don't worry.
That's fine. I was a little bit nervous to get political with you guys. Kitty, do you know why?
Why?
Well, Trump was going to build $1 billion resort in Saudi Arabia,
Nope.
and his son-in-law got $2 billion from the Saudi kingdom for an
Oh.
investment fund that he knows nothing about. It's all family connections. So I was afraid to do that with Vietnamese students because Trump is trying to work business deals with the Vietnamese government at the moment. So
Oh no. I don't care how good he makes I don't care how rich he makes Vietnam.
yeah,
He's still a bad person. I'm
Yes.
not no.
this is true. This is true.
And now
Uh-huh.
and why now there's only 7 people? I remember
I don't know.
a minute ago it's like 8 people.
Kitty, have you noticed that
Why?
Liam's very
Why has
concerned with
someone
social
leave the
dynamics?
breakout room? Why?
So what's funny is little Liam, you know, your social skills are really interesting. They're valuable skills. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making fun of them. What's interesting about your social skills, Liam, is you're very concerned with what's going on in a social environment, the dynamic. And actually, those are really good skills to have. It's just kind of amazing to hear a 10-year-old boy. You're like, it's like you're keeping your eye on everything that's happening in a social environment. And you can use those skills, you know, in secondary school and college to do amazing things. Did you know that?
I do that everywhere I go.
Do your mom and dad and your teachers know that you have the ability to do that?
My family and teacher and friends don't focus a lot on me. They just focus a lot on their work, so no one notices of you.
Well, maybe it's good to be a quiet observer because you have interesting observations, Mr. Liam.
And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
Well, I think you should be given some thanks for that. Yeah, did you join our breakout room? I'll tell you what, Edison, she did these amazing point-by-point analysis, Nya did. And I read these and I was just like blown away about how good this is, right? It's just so cool. Ketchup, do you like to read? Oh, don't annotate this though.
I
Yes.
love to read.
It's
Yes.
Nya's work. All right. Ketchup, can you read the blue?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, today we discuss a crucial question. Should citizens take more responsibility for their behavior and actions? The
Definitely
answer
yes.
is a resounding yes. A well-functioning society depends on individuals who are accountable for their choices, whether in daily interactions, civic duties, or ethical decision-making. When people take responsibility, they contribute to social harmony, reduce reliance on government intervention, and create a culture of integrity. While external factors like systemic inequalities exist, personal responsibility remains a fundamental pillar of progress. The question is not whether responsibility should be taken, it is how much more we as citizens are willing to embrace it.
Yeah, so just with this first paragraph, it opens up all these crazy problems. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. It just presents all these problems because people who want less government, Ketchup, Liam, and Edison, they say people should take responsibility so governments don't have to. But then the counter argument in a debate is people aren't very responsible. Remember Danielle said,
I just fell over on my chair again.
all right. Now remember what Danielle said. She
And
said
it
she saw
hurts.
people
It
without
really-
masks
it very
speaking
hurts.
really loud. Okay. She saw people speaking really loudly without masks. They are not taking responsibility. So then you have to have like people who are socially responsible, like a policeman would say, you should not be doing that, you know?
So,
Oh, Stella's closing. Hey, Daniela.
I
was
don't
just
like
discussing-
And what if you're talking really loud with a mask?
It's a little bit safer because it cuts down 70% of the virus, Liam. So it's a good point, but I don't know. Edison, what do you think? If people aren't following the rules, Edison, do you think like the police have to take it on themselves?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
me too. I agree. In debate language, I would say, I agree with Danielle's motion that if people are not willing to take the responsibility, then the government has to step in and make them behave, right? All right, let's go to Kitty because Kitty, you wrote the paragraph and I always encourage you to share these things. So go ahead.
What?
You wrote your paragraph here, very unrelated. All right, hear me out. Christians believe that if they live purely by God's rules, they can go to heaven when they die and avoid eternal damnation. However, with atheists, they don't care about that crap. They don't believe in God and Jesus and all that. What? Only good deeds aren't because of avoiding punishment. It's because they genuinely have compassion. Yeah. If you want to read someone, there's a British writer from 160 years ago called John Stuart Mill, Kitty. John Stuart Mill said, if we're not going to believe in religion anymore because the philosophers in Europe have sort of pushed God to the side, then how are we going to respect each other without the fear of punishment from God, right? The heaven reward. So he wrote about this thing called the internal sanction. He said there's a thing in human cultures where you really do care about someone. You see an old woman fall down on the sidewalk and you rush over to help her. That means there's something that's in you that isn't religious programmed. It just exists in you as a human being, and you go to that person and you help them. Then John Stuart Mill says, are we going to be able to, as a culture, British culture he was talking about, are we going to help people who need help because we have that good feeling inside ourselves that has nothing to do with God? And it's part of the atheist argument, Kitty. So it's actually a really good thing that you've written here.
Could that be our new debate? Could that be our homework?
It's quite interesting. You know, could you act ethically without the fear of God punishment, right? Um, I don't know. I lived in Taiwan for a year, Kitty, and I was really impressed with the
Yeah.
people in Taipei have Confucius praying things. They turned a philosopher from China, Confucius, which I don't know how to say his name in Vietnamese. They turned Confucius into a god, right? So it's a really difficult one. Like Confucius had nothing to do with God. He was talking about a harmonious society. When I use the word Confucius, Kitty, do you know that what that is? Because in Vietnam and Japanese, he has a different name. Confucius, the old Chinese
Oh.
philosopher.
To be honest, no, I don't know anything. No.
Okay, let me just get a quick picture. You guys, when I show the picture, you guys are going to be like, I know who he is, because this is the foundation of Asian education, is Confucian education. By the way, if you were in my debate class last summer, we covered this, should Confucian education stay strong in education in Asia? And a lot of the students agreed, even their moms and dads like this argument, you guys. So there he is. There's the old guy, Confucius. And I do believe that's either in China or Vietnam, because it's a Marxist red and gold motif. Confucius is this guy who.
I still don't know that.
Is that ketchup? Did we talk about Confucius ketchup?
Yeah.
Okay, so here he is. It's Confucius' doctrine of the meat. He had all of these ancient teachings, Confucius, about how people should behave in a well-organized society, having respect for
I
your.
didn't even know 1% about these pictures.
Oh my
Who
gosh!
is in them and
See, now
who
this is
made
interesting
them?
because Vietnam has a Marxist government. They still agree that Confucius is important to teach, right? Because he's not about religion, Kitty. He's quite opposite of religion, right? What can we do, you guys? What can we do? I think this is really important. I think we should quickly change.
Do you know what's the time now?
It is 10:06.
7:06, where I live right now.
I know. And thank you for joining us, because it's like the Canadian, the British Columbia time things are quite different, right, you guys? We had a couple of boys. All right, let me share the screen because
My time is also 10:06.
I need you guys to look at this and tell me which is the Vietnamese. He's so hard to describe in English that we have to just use some quick Vietnamese in here, you guys. So we go to Asia languages on Wikipedia, and there's the Arabic, there's the Africa, there's the Asia. What is Vietnamese here, you guys? I hope I can find it.
I can't even understand the first.
You guys, which is Vietnamese? I can't find it.
I don't think it's there. Scroll down a little further. It's
Yeah.
not there.
I don't think it's there.
Hold on. Let me search it.
Here, I see it. I see it. Wait.
Oh, yep. It's
turn
below
on?
Tangalong. It's below Tangalong.
That sounds so funny. It's below Tagalog. There it is, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
quick. If we want to study Confucius, quickly just
Oh.
read this then.
I don't know that guy as well. I've never heard of
I know.
I never know that guy,
Kung Fu too.
actually.
Who is him?
This is the father of
Him
Asian
too.
philosophy, you guys. This
What
guy's
goal did
very
he play?
yeah. This is the guy who answers the question from Ya and others from Wes. Should you behave even if no one is watching you? This guy answers that question. He says, yes, you absolutely must behave even if no one is watching you. He's so important to ethics and morality that you guys should study him, even if Liam is making a piggy nose at him. Oh, Liam, you shouldn't do that. It's Confucius. You have to show him respect, right?
Okay.
By the way, this guy was so powerful. You know, the first emperor of China, what was his name? The guy that he gave his name to modern China. He hated Confucius philosophers, teachers. He thought they were too powerful. So in 220 BC, he killed a lot of them, you guys.
Who
they
is
all-
him? Him is who?
Confucius, the first emperor of China, the guy who built the Great Wall and that great tomb of China, is first emperor of China. He did not like Confucius teachers telling him what to do, right? So
So I think I heard this somewhere, but when children are like in their no, like what do they call it, preschool years or something, like from 1 to 5,
Yeah.
they basically take everything that they've learned, like morale and stuff,
Yeah.
and they just like follow by it, like until they die or something. I don't know, just like life, like
That's a
they
good point.
follow. I don't know how to say this. I think. Do you
Oh.
understand?
Yeah, like they follow blindly because they're socialized to do it. It's
Yeah,
taught from
kind
the
of.
outside. See, now that John Stuart Mill guy would say it's a combination of learning from outside, but creating that sense of ethics and morality inside. It develops in you through good education. So that's why, going back to Confucius, he stressed that education is so important. That's why Asian kids study so much. It's because your families and your teachers and your government know that education is so important. And then modern research actually supports this guy, right? This guy, Ku Shihang, the first emperor of China, you guys. His name, the Qin emperor, gave his name to China. This guy punished the Confucius scholars. He didn't like them, right? The first emperor. You guys know this one, don't you?
Looks so funny.
Well, he's
I
2,200 years ago, Edison.
I have
I agree too.
Yeah,
He looks kind of funny though.
he looks so funny.
I saw
Liam and Edison, wouldn't you want a hat like this? This is a pretty stylish hat. But you have to wait until you're
I
like
know,
25 to grow this
I know
beard.
that.
Ew.
I know that hat. I have seen many pictures of that.
This is the guy who built the Great Wall, right?
The Great Wall of China.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
he started it. Yeah, and there's the old Chinese for him. All right, and then the
I
Chinese.
cannot
name of
even
that.
read that.
I know you guys. Some of you study Chinese,
It's a whole nother language.
but the reason I show him is this is interesting. Some people said he was a dictator, but Wikipedia. Do you see this line here? Kung Shi Huang has often been portrayed as a tyrant, like an evil ruler, but also a strict legalist. You must follow his laws.
Not.
Where the Confucius people got into trouble with him is they said some of your laws are arbitrary. They're not good for everyone. They're just good for you and the people who lead your country. So that's our ethical dilemma we live in, you guys. Okay, now listen, I made a lesson for you today, and I want to share this with you because in your debate responses, you guys brought up some really wonderful points that we can easily use to what's called leapfrog. We can leapfrog to today's debate. One moment, please. Let me get these ready for you. Sunday debate. It's quite simple. It's very short, but I'll show you what it is here. And Kitty, I have no doubts you want to jump into this one right away. That's perfectly fine with me. Anyone can respond to this. Hey, let's go back to Mr. Hey, Lucy, how are you? You're quiet today. Lucy,
Elon Musk did the Hitler salute, and
Yes.
people are now
Yes.
blaming it for his quote unquote autism.
Yes, exactly. So, Lucy, would you like to read the
Great,
question
great.
today?
Okay. Listen, do you think really wealthy people like Elon Musk should set better example for the world community? They pretend to be doing great things, but in their personal life, they have some behavior that might appear to be free and open, but their behavior hurt other people. Let's discuss, and at the end of the class, we will try to put your argument into the debate format. The discussion debate language is the important. The more we practice with it, the more comfortable you will be using debate language.
Yeah. So, for example, you in a debate, you would say, my team supports the motion that extreme wealth displayed by people like Elon Musk has an overall bad influence on society. Kitty, Danielle, what do you think? And Ms. Stella Ketchup, do you think like super rich people should set a good example or a bad example?
They should set up a good example. No, it's not just rich people. Everyone should set a good example for each other.
Nice.
It's not just for like rich people.
No, explain what I mean by that in just a second. Kitty, the reason why I use him as an example is because they have so much exposure. They are idolized.
Who idolizes Elon Musk?
Oh, millions of Americans think he's just great, right?
Oh, wow. I think those millions of Americans, then I think the
Tesla.
American education system has terribly failed them all.
Yes, he gains power through exposure, constant exposure. He's just like Trump. He gains power because you see him every day. And that's how he's a bit different than Kitty. I understand what you say. Everyone should follow the good examples. It's just that some people get so powerful that they are constantly in media, and you can't help it. You could say, I'm not going to listen to that guy. I hate what he has to say. But then you're like at a friend's house and you're like playing computer games, and then a tweet comes up and somebody is talking about Elon Musk's newest rocket. And then he says something like weird that has nothing to do with rockets. And he's just there in your face, right? The way Trump is. All right. Danielle, can I ask you? And can I ask Liam? I'm going to mute you. You're playing Star Wars bad guy games. I'm going to ask Edison also, Danielle. Danielle, do you think like super rich, powerful people have more responsibility to act properly, good behavior?
I think yes, because like if they rich and they act like bossy and stuff like that, it's kind of like makes some other people like hate them, stuff like that.
Okay, can you say it one more time?
For me, yes, because like if rich people they think like they're rich so they can do everything, like they're being bossy to other people, and some people will like kind of like mad at them and think they's kind of weird because like they think they're rich so they can do everything like that.
It's very good, Danielle. Yeah.
Teacher, look at Liam.
What is that? Someone's correcting Liam.
People.
You guys are actually correcting Liam's behavior there. That's interesting because that's what we're talking about. Maybe Liam is a rich guy who doesn't have to follow all the rules, you guys. Let's see. Ketchup, I want to ask you and Ken. Hey, Ketchup, do you think rich people should try maybe even harder than regular people because everyone can see their behavior in YouTube and social media, television? Like, what do you think, Ketchup? They should try a little bit harder to be better people? Ketchup, it doesn't ever. Ketchup, can you hear me?
I think she can't hear you.
Yeah, that's a good point, Liam.
I don't really
I have a
understand.
pillow on my head.
Okay.
Pillow head.
All right. Pillow. Very
My
funny.
mom
Mr.
once
Liam.
sent me an image that was like with a quote, with a motivational quote, and an image of Elon Musk, and she literally said, "Oh my God, honey, look, Elon Musk said this. They're really good." Like, no, I'm pretty sure that's like a motivational quote from someone else, and then they're just slapping Elon Musk's face on there. No,
yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
he never said that. He
Yes.
never said that.
And that's the problem with social media. People accept things that are true, and he never said that. Very good point, Kitty. So you guys, this idea that society, Ketchup, to understand this, society is a triangle, and at the very top of the triangle are the super rich, powerful people, and that we learn our rules from the rich people and the powerful people. and everyone else follows those rules. So therefore, at the very top, they should have the best behavior they can. But now we're seeing that this simply isn't true. With a lot of world leaders are acting pretty terribly.
Oh.
So I leave that to you. It's kind of a big concept. We need a little bit easier concept for our homework today. So how can we simplify this? Do you guys like this? Are you ready for this question? We talked about it before. Do you think?
Now we have 16 people now.
I know it's a great number.
It jumped. It jumped from 7 to 16.
Do you know why, Liam?
They add 9
we
more.
have good debate, good discussion here that you guys take the power, and that's what I want. Do you think it's a good idea that people should behave well in a society, even if nobody is seeing their bad behavior?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Can you
it's
give
like
us
the
some-
morally right thing to do. I mean, I usually have secrets to hide, but like,
Yeah.
still, it's a I mean,
Uh,
like, it might not
um,
have a direct
and-
impact, but it might have
and
an
one
indirect.
time,
You know?
one time I saw there's no one looking. I want to do something bad, but
Yes.
but my brain just stopped me from doing it.
Katie, I always love Liam's responses because it's like the confessions of a 10-year-old, and he is a really honest kid. But sometimes I'm a little worried he's
Why
going to say
did
something really
someone beat me?
dangerous.
Why?
Because you're so honest, I'm afraid you're going to tell us something like really bad, like, Liam, you did that? Right? Okay. Liam, tell that story again. I'm going to type it here. Oh, now he's quiet. All right. Let's go to Ken. I haven't heard from Ken. We want a chance for everyone to talk. Ken, are you there?
Yeah.
Ken, what do you think of this idea that you should be, you should have pretty good behavior even if no one is watching you?
I think yes.
Okay. And can you give me an example why?
Mm.
It's a difficult question.
Oh. It will make you good.
If we, well, Ken, here's something, you know, we looked at that old Chinese philosopher Confucius, right? Confucius, I can never spell his name right, you guys. Confucius said, if you follow good behavior, it just feels better because you are in harmony with the world. Now, this is a pretty big kind of mystical statement to make. Danielle, Kitty, Lucy, do you see that? Confucius was all about social harmony. And so he said, if you have bad behavior, you're just going to make your life more difficult. For example, if you get caught telling a lie, it's going to create a lot of problems with you and your teacher and your classmates. So he says it just makes logical sense. Edison, are you there? Mr. Edison. Where's our guy Edison? I'm always curious to see what Edison thinks. Edison, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. My house is just too noisy.
Oh, hey, Edison, can you read this, what the Chinese philosopher Confucius said?
Okay. Confucius, if you follow good behavior, it just feels better because you are in harmony with the world. He believed in social harmony. It just makes logical sense to be a good person. If you don't, then you will fall out of harmony and make a lot of problems for yourself.
Yeah, what do you think?
Why am I muted like 10 seconds ago?
You were making crazy
I want
noises.
to talk crazy.
Pillowhead, you were
crazy
making
was the
crazy.
problem.
You know what you should
noise.
you know what you should do? Don't swear in the chat. That's not good.
Who is swearing in the chat?
I don't know.
Let's not do that, you guys. Thanks
Let's
for
not do that, guys.
Liam,
kidding.
he swore in the chat.
Liam, let's not do that kind of behavior. Pillowhead is okay.
Listen. I'm a big swearer myself, but I know my limits. Okay, I know
you
when to
go.
and when not.
See, I love that because you're teaching good social behavior, Kitty. It's what our discussion is about today, right? You're sort of a senior member of class and you know how to teach good behavior. So that is very good. Mr. Liam, not Liam, Edison, do you see your work?
Yes.
Can you read
No.
it for us? Because this is very close to what I was just showing you about Confucius. Go ahead, read it.
Okay. Should citizens or ordinary individuals in society bear more responsibility for their behavior and action? This is a pressing issue in modern society. Many believe they are not obligated to be accountable to society, as they feel others are already fulfilling this role. On the other hand, some are committed to protecting the planet. In my view, responsibility is essential within any community. Without it, significant changes would go unaddressed, potentially cause widespread harm to humanity. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic, which emerged in 2019, claimed millions of lives. This illustrates how negligence can lead to severe consequences.
Yes.
Personal responsibility is crucial, even in small actions. Disposing your trash properly and encouraging others to do the same can make a substantial difference. For instance, reminding someone not to discard paper or plastic waste carelessly can contribute to environmental preservation and protect countless lives. Over the centuries, we have seen the devastating effect of inaction. Thus, in a simple action, multiplied by millions of people, has the potential to transform the world. Let's take responsibility now to safeguard against a harmful future.
Nice. Edison, really good. So like this, for example, encouraging others to do the same. This is, when Kitty says, please don't put swears in the chat. That's encouraging others to behave better. Thank you, Kitty. That's exactly what Edison is talking about here. Really good. And yeah, Edison, excellent. I can see that you researched this really well. Really good. Yeah. All right. Edison, any comments about what you wrote here?
What, teacher?
Well, this is really well written, your 2 paragraphs here. And so this kind of answers our question.
Yes. Oh,
Do you see it, Edison?
yes.
This. Because if you contribute by doing good things, small actions, if everyone's doing small actions like picking up a little garbage, telling kids in class not to fight or to use bad words in class, that's fine. Keep your sort of stronger language to just 1 or 2 friends that you can discuss with things to let off
Say
some
that to
steam.
all
I
my
do.
friends.
Me too.
But only friends. But only friends.
Only friends. Me too. I think we're similar in that way, Kitty. Edison, some nice points here. Some really good points. Thank you for this. Right. Even doing small things can make a substantial difference. If you just do things carelessly, it catches up to you. Your mistakes catch up to you, and then you feel bad about them, and you see where you could have grown more in other areas, and then you have to catch up and do better. There's that name, Ketchup. Ketchup wrote the brain rot kid. Ketchup, why did you write the brain rot kid? What's going on, Ketchup? I'm worrying about you.
What?
Hey, brain rot kid, why are you the brain rot kid?
Who's the brain rot kid?
Ketchup is
Yeah.
calling herself the brain rot
I
kid.
was writing about my brother. He doesn't speak
Oh,
normally.
okay. What's going on? Is
Brain
he-
rot.
He just keeps saying skivity and other
Oh,
things.
you guys
Yeah.
are all having problems with your family members today. What are called? You guys, the English for that
Yeah.
is siblings.
Yay.
Siblings
My
are your brothers.
my
and
brother
sisters.
But my
is
sib-
Sigma.
but my siblings are
Oh,
good
very nice,
today,
Leo.
and I haven't been arguing for them any time in a day.
You're a good
And
man,
I'm
Mr. Liam.
gonna not argue with them anytime soon.
Oh, okay. Hey, Edison, do you have any brothers
Why
or
is my
sisters?
screen white?
I don't know. You're responsible for that. Edison, do you have brothers or sisters?
No.
Ah, okay. So you're
Why
by
do they
yourself.
always mute me? Why not someone else?
Well, you're a little noisy, Mr. Liam. Danielle, do you have brothers or sisters?
I think Liam need to
Yeah, I have a little brother. He's 3 years old.
How is he? How's that 3-year-old brother?
He's very annoying, and yeah, me and him always have like, we always fight.
Yeah. Now, if he interrupts your studying, can you tell your mom and dad? Say, the little guy is
No.
actually
No,
interrupting
but
my studies.
little
I scream at him, I yell
siblings
at him, and then he
are
just
so
like
annoying.
close the door, like shut like
Yeah.
very loudly, and like
Yeah.
run to my mom and crying like that.
Oh my gosh. Did I tell you guys the story? My friend John got remarried. He's a college professor. So he just had 3 children and he's like 48 years old. And so his little boy, Charlie, is the oldest boy. He's 4 years old. He said, Daddy, come here. And the little girl, Hannah is her name, was dancing in the snow outside without any clothes, saying she was a princess. And John said, oh my God. And he took a quick video of it. Yeah. And there's little Hannah dancing in the snow because she thought it was magic. And the little boy, Charlie, was laughing and laughing. Now, Charlie says he loves his little sister, but I don't know. That behavior seems kind of strange to me, you guys. All right. That's the kind of behavior Stella would say, what was he doing, teacher?
Wow, beautiful. And I think so.
Yeah.
When I was little, I would like when my brother finished studying,
Mm.
I would go to his room because like he would go out and like watch TV.
Yeah.
I would go to his room and like I would wear my socks for no reason because I don't know why, but like when I wear my socks and like I would turn on the air conditioning and like
Mm.
it would become cold. I would think it was winter and I would use my socks as ski. And like I would ski around the room and like I skate. So and
It's
I
really
always get
cute.
But that's
in a
actually fun.
competition.
I know,
What?
isn't it funny, catch up? It's really cute though, Stella.
Can
I
you
like
say
it.
that again?
She would just keep her socks on and skate around an air-conditioned room, even in summer, because she said she was skiing or ice skating.
And
Yeah.
I
No,
got
but
the
it
gold
actually
medal.
feels so
Yay.
real.
That's funny. I
Yeah.
never did that before.
It's pretty
It
cute.
feels
I guess
so
today
real
I'm
when
gonna
you
try
do
that though.
You're gonna try it. It's called having a good imagination.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna leave you with that question. It's a
Totally
simple
agree.
question. It's part 2 of this good behavior in society. Even if nobody is around, should you behave well? Would you guys like to try that for a 1-paragraph homework response?
What if I just copy my last response for it?
Oh, then I think that would be called being a little bit lazy, Liam.
I'm totally not gonna do that.
Oh, you're gonna do a good job. I hope
I'll
I
be.
hope you will. Edison, you did a great job with those 2 paragraphs. Yeah, amazing work, yeah, because I wanted to have a longer discussion on that about cultural elites, you know. But what other people wrote, Danielle's personal experience, and then also apologies to Kitty, because I think you wanted to get really deeply into that discussion, and it's kind of skating around some stuff. So sorry about that, Kitty, because what you were bringing up could require like 3 hours of discussion. So we'll have to, if you want to put that in your response, that would be fine with me. It's Kitty, it's called a dialogue. It's okay to have a dialogue, right?
Oh.
How do you even did that in the chat, Misa?
Well, we have to do that in your homework, Mr. Liam. All right. A dialogue. It's okay to have a dialogue if you want extended, if you want to send me an extended response, by all means, because it's helping your reasoning skills, right? All right. So thank you very much, everybody. I have to do some work for the writing program. So we're going to finish for today. I hope you feel better, Stella. Thank you very much. Misa, thank you for the geometrical design.
Thanks for the debate. Thanks
Oh,
for
thank
the
you.
debate class.
Thanks, Liam. Wes, I hope you're feeling better with the sore throat. Usually you guys talk more.
Why again? Why?
Because there's just it's winter weather. People get colds in winter, Liam.
I have no winter. It is spring. It is almost summer, but it's so cold.
Well, there you go. It's cold. Cold
It's
things.
frightening.
Cold things will damage your speaking ability.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
I always
It's
have that.
freezing.
It's freezing. All right, you guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
See you.